Hi there, my name is Jacqueline. I'm 40 years old. I live in Crofton, Maryland. I was diagnosed with having multiple sclerosis 8 years ago. They think that I've had it for 17 years. They kept diagnosing me with other things. First they diagnosed me with having a pseudotumor cerebri, and then they said, no, that was incorrect. So they said that I had an Arnold-Chiari malformation. Then I got, no, that was incorrect. So then they said I had aqueductal stenosis, and then they said, no, that was incorrect. So they finally called me and said, Jacqueline, you have multiple sclerosis. I was very happy about getting a diagnosis, because it's great when someone tells you, we know what it is and this is what we're going to do for you. And so I was happy about that. But when I got home that night and I Googled it, I said, oh my gosh, I never knew all this stuff came along with having multiple sclerosis. Well, my first thought was, okay, I know I have to get put on injections. Let me get started on those ASAP, because on the internet they were saying that the people who have the best success with multiple sclerosis are the ones who get put on their therapies like ASAP. But I was not thrilled about giving myself a shot. So went down, got put on the injections. That was 8 years ago, and it's actually done a lot better. And I really haven't had that many medical problems. I had a embolism, which resulted in me having a heart attack, but that had nothing to do with the Copaxone. That was just one of those freakazoid things that just happens. Then they put me on too high of a level of Coumadin because they were in fear of me having another embolism. And then I had a hemorrhage, so that wasn't pleasant. I think the heart attack was easier to deal with than the actual hemorrhage. So, but I've gotten through with that, and I feel pretty good. I work full-time. I'm a real estate agent. And I have a 17-year-old son, so he keeps me pretty busy between him and his friends. It seems like I always have teenagers at my house. And one of the biggest reasons why I want to be an ambassador is I think that I have a lot of empathy to give to people who have multiple sclerosis, because I deal with it every day of my life. And you know, there's a lot of frustrations. Like, one of the biggest frustrations is there not being enough education out there, as well as, you know, when I was first diagnosed, I was talking to people. I said, you know, my doctor told me I have multiple sclerosis. I'm like, what is it? You know, I just didn't understand it. And now that we have the education to where we understand it very well. So I think as an ambassador, then I will be empathetic, and I'll be able to tell people what I know. And since I go to a lot of the peer support functions, I go to the drug company presentations, and I learn different things about having multiple sclerosis, that it would help me get the word out that, hey, we need to talk about this, and we need to do everything that we can in order to get people, keep people moving, because, you know, if you don't keep moving, then that's when you're really going to have lots of problems. Now, the MS has affected my life. It's affected my relationships with my friends and my family. Now, when people call me, the very first thing they ask me is, hey, Jacqueline, how is your MS? You know, how do you answer that? You know, and I think one of the biggest ways it's affected me is, you know, getting used to the shots. You know, the shots was one of the hardest things to get used to. Now, whereas before I didn't have to think all the time about, when I go someplace, you know, where's the nearest bathroom? Because, boy, I think one of those lesion spots in my brain are laying right on the place that tells me that I have to go to the bathroom. because when I have to go to the bathroom, boom, I have to go. So I think that the most important message I would want to give out to people is, a multiple sclerosis isn't a death sentence. It's something that you have to deal with, and it's very, very annoying, but you can live a maintained life once you get put on your injections. See, I have multiple sclerosis, but multiple sclerosis doesn't have me because I'm going to keep living day to day.